How's it, guys? Welcome back to a Tipsy Tuesday tip. Today I'm going to be doing Couta. Well, basically the live bait Couta rig that I've been using lately, which I sort of stole with my eyes from Jason Pretorius. He uses it up in Cape Vidal and that. So I was just watching him the one day. NTKFC had a comp up in Zinkwazi and he was doing a couple of traces for us, and that little one just caught my eye, which is basically just a little single treble, a piece of wire and a swivel. So I gave it a try, and from then I haven't turned back. I've got Couta and I've got tuna on it as well, and I'm fishing with wire. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna need your wire. I'm using American fishing wire, which is number 6. It's just my personal preference. Also I'm going with number 5 power swivels. I don't have much left. I'll be making traces with them. And then number 1 treble hooks, or 1/0 or number 1. It's just my personal preference on this size. That's what's worked for me, and you can go smaller, you can go bigger if you want to, but it's totally up to you. Then basically the back of the American fishing wire shows how to do a haywire twist, and you can also obviously look up on YouTube. There's plenty ways of making it. I will show you the way that I go about making it and how I make the trace. So basically, I'll just talk through the trace quickly. It is literally just a single treble, a haywire twist there, a piece of wire about 25 to 30 centimeters long, and a swivel up top. And then I'll also go into how to pinning the bait, but literally just pin the bait just behind the neck of here, just with one of the trebles like that, and your hooks will sit like that, and you pull the bait. And I've had good success on it. So let's get into making the trace. Yeah, guys, and with that, you're gonna need one of these. They are amazing. It's a little round nose pliers, obviously for your wire twist, and just the normal side cuts, is just to cut your wire. Okay, guys, and here we have it here. My number 6 American fishing wire, number 1 treble if I'm correct, number 5 power swivel, pliers, the side cutters, and a little round nose pliers. Just makes making that loop on your haywire a lot more easier. Anyway, let's get into it. Open up the wire, cut off a piece of about 35 to 40 centimeters, because you got to add in your haywire twist into there as well. So when you're done with it, it'll probably be sitting at about 30 centimeters. So there we have it here, a piece of wire. Yeah, so once your wire is cut, be careful you don't prick yourself. This wire is a hurt, it's bad. So anyway, let's just get this bleeding stopped and get back to making the trace. Okay, so now that I've managed to stop the bleeding on that finger, yeah, looks like it, let's get into making the trace. So yeah, this little pliers here comes in hand to make a perfect loop. So you just do that, you make the loop, and you left with a nice neat loop like that. You come with your swivel, just swivel in, and then from there you do your 45s just in that angle. You got to twist both these wires at the same time, not just one of them. So you twist, pull your hand out, go back in, and you just do about 4 to 5 of these, and you should be good. And then from there you turn it into a 90. As you can see, that's now 90, and you make sure that these sit close together, close to each other. You do that about 4 to 5 times. And yeah, you should be left with something like that. I'm not the best at doing this, but this is what works for me, and yeah, I haven't had any fails with it. It's a little nice little neat knot like that, and from there, never ever clip this tag end off, because it'll leave a nice pokey part. So what I do is, there's many ways you can break this off. Some guys bend it over here and then just wind it off. I'm not too familiar with that. I'm not the best at it. So all I do is, it takes a little bit longer, just hold it like that, and I just bend the wire back and forward like that, probably about 4 to 5 times, and it gently breaks off. Just because it's on camera, it's not going to break off. There we go. And that's my taking this off, and it's nice smooth finish, not going to pop, not going to prick me or anything like that. And in here, you come in with your treble, same thing, make the loop like that, put the treble in, hold the loop, and then start your A wire. From there, straight into my 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bit for some luck. And that's it. And that's your wire. And then, as I say, from there, just bend it, bend my tag in back and forth till it breaks off. Should break off now. There we go. And that's it. Nice smooth finish. And that's basically your trace. And that's what I use for my Couta. And it works the bomb. I use Mozzie's, mackerel, razor bellies, red eye, sand soldiers, whatever baits I get. This is my go-to trace, and it's been working for me lately. Thanks a lot, Jason. Jason Pretorius, for letting me steal with my eyes. And that's basically the best way of learning, guys. If you see somebody doing something with the way they're fishing the area, sort of just watch them and give it a try out and see if it works for you. But what works for one person might not work for the other. You can, if you want, you can put a little green bead here if you want. I wouldn't really go with a skirt or a dust or anything on a live bait. You can if you want. Sometimes the pink skirts or squids or dusters do technically attract the fish a little bit more, as I say, but I generally play around with it and see what's working. My last Couta session, I got one on the pinks. I had a pink skirt on a live bait because the day before that, the guy next to me got pulled with a pink skirt. So I put on the pink skirt and I also got a couple pulls. I'm sad he didn't land anything, but after that, the following day I went out and I put on a pink skirt and I got a pull. I got one on the pink skirt and one with a trace just like this. So you can always play around with it. But anyway, let's get to pinning this bait. Like that. Okay, and then get on to pinning the bait here. There's 3 methods you can go with. This is just a little red eye that I took out the freezer just for the demonstration. One way you can go about it is going through the top lip, which will be literally just in front, as close to the tip as possible. Just push the treble through, and you can pull your bait like that. Just through the top lip. Remember, you mustn't close both of them. It still needs to breathe. Second option is through the nostrils, which is just up here, like that. And then the third option is, which is my go-to, is literally the head ends here. So literally just behind the head, just under the skin, and that's it. That's how I go about pinning mine. And I pull that at about 2 to 3 k's an hour, or one in the surface, one in the downrig. And yeah, it works for me. Cheers, guys. And yeah, guys, that just about wraps it up for Tipsy Tuesday tips. This beautiful little trace works the bomb. Little treble, power swivel, and it works like a charm. So far I'm sitting on five or six Couta with this trace for this season only. Not the best Couta fisherman out there, not really the best fisherman out there, but I do tend to get lucky every now and again. So I just thought I'll share what's working with me for y'all, and y'all can try it out. If it works for y'all, awesome stuff. If it doesn't, I do apologize. But yeah, there's plenty of ways of catching Couta. I will be doing more tips on how I go about targeting them on my dead baits, and how I go about making my 3 different dead bait rigs that I use. So stay tuned and like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. And guys, this Tipsy Tuesday tip is brought to you by Ayub's Hardware and T&D Solutions. Support local business. Cheers, guys.